Welcome to today's Sports Live.
Oh, we're live here. Okay.
It's our first hockey show.
We're talking college football today.
This edition of Baseball Today.
Football Today back here.
Come back to basketball today.
Got the double box. Bring it on, baby.
This is giving me Russell Westbrook vibes.
I'm too strong. I'm just too strong.
Well, there goes the encyclopedia.
Him and Rihanna would create like a mega mind type.
We
That's
put
really
this
good.
decision on a coin flip, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yinzer City. Yinzer City.
More
We
perfect that we
all
brought
have
that today.
computers in front of us.
All right, and that is why we skip hooping. Yeah. The spitting image of Cooper Cup.
Ricky Patalco about to lose his mind. And
Kadarius Toney, Ni Hao, you better start learning Chinese.
we got two Rangers fans here, so
No.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Football Today. My name's Gavin McHugh. I'm alongside Jenna, Patrick, and Steven. What an incredible weeknight it was. Let's get it all started with the headlines for today. CJ Stroud was on fire against the Buccaneers on Sunday, throwing for 470 yards and 5 touchdowns. What do you guys think about his performance this Sunday?
I mean, I personally think it was the best performance from a rookie that I've seen in a long time.
I
Now,
agree.
there's a problem with it, and it's against the Bucs secondary
That's
and
what
their
I was
pass
gonna
rush.
say.
So he had all day to stand in the pocket,
Yeah.
and his guys were open all day long. The Bucs weren't making any tackles on that field all day, and they still barely came out with the win. So I can't give the Texans too much credit, but I can give CJ Stroud a lot of credit as well.
Yeah, I think to your point as well, I think, CJ Stroud is finally breaking that Ohio State quarterback curse that you've seen year after year after year. Of course, we got to slow down the brakes here a little bit. Like you said, bad team they beat. But, I think CJ Stroud, I think that they have a great centerpiece there. I think they just need to build up that running game, get a few more receivers. Getting John Mechie back in that receiving core, I think we'll be back here next year talking about potential MVP.
Yeah. I think this is the beginning. I think he's got a bright future. But again, looking at this team is Tampa Bay. I'm just not ready to say a whole lot. I want to revisit this later.
Absolutely.
And like you said, he was in the MVP, like maybe next year win an MVP. I can see him winning the MVP this year. There's no clear front runner for the MVP this year.
Yeah, I
And
imagine.
CJ Stroud, if he's putting up numbers like this, I can easily see him winning the MVP.
Yeah, do you guys think he's going to be able to take the next step this year, with leading the Texans to the playoffs, or do you guys think it will take some more time with getting maybe some more weapons on offense and defense?
I don't think he'll be the problem. I think it's the team around him. I mean, I think they just got to get the defense going.
Their defense is still very bad.
Yeah, and they got to get all line for him as well. They've had a lot of injuries this year. So once they get that in order, again, get the receiving core going and get that running game going, they're going to be a real contender, I think, next year if they can keep this up.
I don't think they're going to get into the playoffs this year, but I can definitely see it. And they're going to have draft picks next year. No, they're not. So I really do think they can get it. They got to fix their defense problem. They got to go out in free agency and fix some things with their defense. But then I can see them getting to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
All right. Next up, we got Kyler Murray, expected to make his first start on Sunday. What do you guys think he'll do for the rest of the season? Do we think he's going to make an impact on the Cardinals? Or do we think it's kind of a lost cause? I mean, they've only won one game so far. So what do you guys think?
King of mid.
Mid.
I mean, he's got, I don't know. He hasn't been as good as he's ever been since that 2019 Offensive Player of the Year. Ever since then, I don't know what's happened with him. I don't know if the league just kind of figured him out, kind of like they did with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
But Lamar Jackson, he's reinvented himself. I feel like he's become more of a passer. Kyler is still, I don't know. I don't know if it's just his size, maybe. But
last year was one of his worst seasons.
Yeah.
He had career lows in touchdown percentages. So I don't really think he's that special. He doesn't have DeAndre Hopkins anymore.
Exactly.
I don't think the problem in Arizona was ever necessarily Kyler's fault. I still think he's probably a top 25 quarterback in this league. I think if the Steelers really want to get some offense going next year, they get rid of Pickett and put Kyler in there because Arizona is moving on from next year. But the problem is that half of his offense is questionable this week. 3 of his offensive linemen are questionable for this game coming in. He just came back from an ACL. I'm scared to see how he's going to deal with the pass rush.
Yeah. And that's going off that, he's coming off of an injury. They're already 1-8. How much can they really, make an impact this year?
Yeah.
So
they're going for the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
They take quarterback next year?
Yeah, they're going to take Caleb.
Okay.
Caleb doesn't want to play for him, but they're going to take Caleb.
Yeah. I mean, his stock's kind of been going downhill last couple of games, unfortunately.
Caleb's stock has not been going downhill. I can guarantee that.
All right. Finally, we've got the Eagles. A lot of Eagles fans around here.
Woo!
They beat the Cowboys on Sunday. What a game it was.
Mm.
Do you guys think the Eagles are now the clear favorites to win the Super Bowl this year?
I don't think it's clear because as a Philly fan, we're always on our toes. You never know how things are going to go. Last season was an upset. Even the year that we won the Super Bowl, we didn't know how it was going to go. Carson Wentz gets hurt. So can't get our hopes up. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I mean, I would say they're my second team in the Super Bowl race. I think to your point, they just got to be more consistent.
Yeah.
I think they've had penalties. I think they've had miscues on offense and defense for that point. I just think they got to be more consistent. And kind of talking on that, I think the Ravens are the Super Bowl favorite right now. I really do.
See, for me, I when I come in here, I don't consider myself an Eagles fan, so I don't believe that the Eagles are still the Super Bowl front runner. I still think there's some great teams. Like I think the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Chiefs are still probably. I think the Bengals have been playing a lot better. But I have a bone to pick with Cowboys fans all over the planet. They're saying that the refs gave this game to them, and that is just completely ridiculous. Now, if you want to have that conversation, we can have that conversation. First of all, the Cowboys committed 10 penalties for 83 yards. The Eagles committed 10 for 98 yards. And everyone's like, oh, Dak was the better quarterback that game. Jalen Hurts had a better passer rating.
And I don't think it was 100%. He got hurt.
I
think he's a little hurt.
Now, if we really want to go down, the refs gave this game to the Cowboys. We can start by this. Was it the refs that dropped the ball on 3rd and 3 at the end of the half to settle for a field goal? Nope. I believe that was Marcus Gallup and the Dallas Cowboys. Was it the refs that turned the ball over on the Eagles' 1 yard line? Nope. That was the Dallas Cowboys. You want me to keep going? Good, because I'm about to. Was it the refs that stepped out of bounds at a 2-point conversion and kept them from being within a field goal range? Nope, that was Dak and the Dallas Cowboys. And lastly, did the refs go to the Eagles' 6-yard line with 27 seconds left in the game and not score? Nope, that was the Dallas Cowboys. You cannot chalk this game up to the refs because you had so many opportunities to put yourself in a position to win this game, and they did not. This is the Dallas we always see.
Yeah, I was at the game Sunday night. The atmosphere was insane at the Link, like it always is. There were a lot of Dallas sucks chants, as always. But that last play, I mean, the amount, I was on my way out of the stadium. We stopped, and thank God we ended up cheering. But I was so scared because CeeDee Lamb, of course, you don't know what he's going to do. He had a great game. So,
do you remember that game Tennessee lost at like the 1 yard line back in the day? It was a very similar play.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
yes.
they got stopped at like the 3 yard line. That was very
Are you talking about
reminiscent.
the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very reminiscent of that play.
And I'm just these Cowboys, they seem like they're going to be a good team, and they come into these gritty games, and the Cowboys can't win gritty games.
Yeah.
Nope.
Dak,
Totally.
through his entire time in Dallas, cannot win a gritty game, and this is why they can't win in the playoffs.
And Micah Parsons even said on his podcast, the Eagles are the best team in the NFL right now. So, like, it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Hey, you know what? Micah knows what's going on.
Micah took that loss weirdly. He was like, the defense did their part. So take it as a team loss.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But
I can't.
overall,
Bronwyn says, come at me.
overall, the Eagles, they have a really good team. We got Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Julio Jones had a touchdown the other week. We got Hassan Reddick, who I love. I will not say enough. I cannot say enough about him.
He's a good
But
guy.
Darius Slay, James Bradbury, I could go on.
You could?
But
definitely was a good game. And I think that the Eagles also have like a little bit of motivation after losing last year.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
So, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Next
Not a huge
matchup's
Eagles
going to be
fan.
crazy.
Took down my Patriots in the Super Bowl, but
we don't got to talk about it.
Yeah.
We don't got to talk about it. We still got 05 on
Yeah,
it.
It's been 6 years.
Yeah, no.
It's time to
It's
move
all right,
on.
It's right. It's right. All right, let's move on. We got two sides of the story. We're going to do a little bit of debating here. Let's have a little fun with this. So we're going to go, do we think A.J. Brown should win MVP?
So I know that there has never been a receiver to win MVP, but I think this year it's the year to turn around. People want to say Tyreek Hill. Okay, that's fine. After we get off this bye week, the Eagles play the Chiefs. We'll see how that goes. If A.J. Brown can keep his streak, he has 125 plus yards through 6 games, becoming the first player in league history to ever do that. So he's on a roll. I've seen a lot from him this season I really like. He's a beast. His catches are insane. I mean, some of them, I don't even know how he's doing it, but he is. He's a beast. He's tall, versatile. He can do everything.
Yeah, now call me a traditionalist, but I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson on this one. He has the highest completion percentage in the league at 71.5%, one of the highest throwers of long balls. He averages a league high 10.2 yards per throw, and he has a QBR. He ranks third in QBR under pressure. I just think you look at Lamar Jackson's doing for the Ravens. I mean, ever since Lamar came in, The Ravens have never been the same. So I'm going with Lamar on that one.
Interesting.
Ravens are the Cowboys of the AFC.
Huh?
I think the Ravens are the Cowboys of the AFC.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We
There we
got
go.
will the 49ers win the Super Bowl? And I'm going to be debating Patrick. So I'm going to go first. I personally think that the 49ers will not win the Super Bowl this year. I think, as we've seen through the past few games, Brock Purdy's kind of hit a bit of a decline. He had 0 interceptions through the first 5 games, and now he has 5 interceptions through the last 3. The 49ers are pretty banged up on both sides of the ball, especially offense. Debo's pretty hurt. I know Christian McCaffrey got hurt. Trent Williams is out, hasn't been practicing. So overall, I just think the 49ers just, they're in a tough division. It's just going to be really hard for them to compete for the championship this year. Maybe next year they go out. I know they got some additions on defense with Chase Young. So we'll see how that plays out for them. But I think this year is definitely not their year. Like we were talking about before, I think probably the Eagles or the Ravens.
I have a question for you. Do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
I do think they're going to make the playoffs.
Because you're talking about their health right now as it affects their Super Bowl odds. The Trent Williams thing is a short-term injury. The Debo is a short-term injury. The Christian McCaffrey thing is a short-term injury. So if they are going to make the playoffs and when they are healthy, how does that change the Super Bowl odds?
Yeah, this is true. But I also think that, like I was talking about, everyone was like comparing Brock Purdy to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to be as good as Tom Brady? And now we've kind of seen, like, past 3 games throwing 5
exposed.
interceptions.
Okay,
I think that's kind of.
Listen, this is a down year for all quarterbacks. We've seen Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes even have somewhere down year. Josh Allen have a down year. So, of course, he's had a bad skid of 3 games, but what we have seen from Brock Purdy has been very excellent. So, I mean, how do you what if he does pick it back up? How does that change?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see. I think this next week will be a big teller on how he kind of comes out. I think they were on the bye this past weekend. So we'll see how they come out of the bye week, if they've made any adjustments. But yeah, I think that the Eagles are the Eagles are there, the Cowboys are there. There's just so many teams. I like the Seahawks too. The Seahawks have been playing well. So I just think it's going to be really tough for them to win the Super Bowl this year.
Don't get me wrong. It's tough for any team to win the Super Bowl. 49ers are an experienced team. They've played in big games. They were in the NFC Championship. Some of these guys were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. These guys know what it's like to play against big teams, in big games, and win. They beat the Dallas Cowboys earlier this year by a huge margin. They have one of the most complete rosters in all of the National Football League. They have, in my opinion, the best tight end in the National Football League. They have the best offensive lineman. They have the best linebacker. They have one of the top 5 edge rushers. They have a top 10 safety, a top 6 corner, in my opinion. They have one of the best receiving cores. They have the best running back and second best outside Nick Chubb, but he's injured at this moment. They have possibly one of the most complete rosters we have seen in the past 10 years as a football team. They have talent all over the place.
Yeah.
And even outside of those guys who are top 5 in the fields, they have guys like Dre Greenlaw. They have Javon Hargrave. They have guys that can make plays all over the field. And now when you say, yes, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, but as I said, when I come in here, I leave my bias at the door. And for the past 15 years, not a single first-time quarterback that has made it to the Super Bowl has returned. Obviously, I don't want to believe that, but that leaves the door open for the San Francisco 49ers to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
see
an
another
interesting
NFC team that's necessarily going to make it. Now, maybe you can say the Lions. We all know the Cowboys aren't going to make it. So that door is wide open for the San Francisco 49ers and the amount of talent that they have on their team to make it to the Super Bowl.
That is a good question. Well, actually, we'll say that for another time. Let's go to the last one. We got a little 2v2 here. It's going to be me and Jenna against Steven and Patrick. Do we think Bill Belichick is the best coach in NFL history? We're going to be saying he's not, and you two will be arguing that he is. Who wants to start it off?
Yeah. So to me, to start off with, I feel like this is saying Michael Jordan isn't the best player of all time, if we're going there. I mean, Bill Belichick has just about every single stat you could ever want as a coach. I mean, most conference titles in the Super Bowl era. I mean, most Super Bowl appearances, most wins. I mean, there's nothing you can't say about this guy that isn't the best, in my opinion. Besides wins, he's still chasing Shula.
But take away Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Take away Tom Brady.
Take away Tom Brady. Think about, you've got the stats.
Yeah. So I was doing some research. Patriots have only made the playoffs once since Tom Brady left. Started the season 2-7. Trust me, I know I'm a huge Pats fan, so this is hard for me to argue against. But I do think that we've definitely seen a decline after Brady left. you know, we haven't won more than 10 games in the past 4 seasons, which is, you know, it's been hard to watch, especially this season. But yeah.
So if you think that Bill Belichick isn't the best coach in NFL history, surely you have to have a coach that is better than him. Who is it?
I like Don Shula. I think he's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Who else?
Remember, he only has been to the Super Bowl 5 times. He's only won it twice. Yeah, he has more
that
wins.
Super Bowl record.
That's fair. He coached forever.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Bill has 2.
Yeah,
Bill's coached for a very long time.
here's the thing.
considerably less amount of time than Don Shula did.
True.
Here's the thing I want to ask too. If Tom Brady never starts the Patriots, they got Drew Bledsoe just sitting there.
Yeah, that is
I
true.
mean,
Drew
do you know
Bledsoe
how
did take him to a Super
he
Bowl.
looks really good before he got hurt?
Yeah.
So I think if he stays there and Tom never gets his chance, now I don't think they're gonna have the same success they had with Tom, but Bill's gonna do something with Bled, and he's gonna get, I think, 3-4 Super Bowl wins. And I think
I'm
he's
saying
still
if
gonna
he
have a
wins
pedigree.
more Super Bowls, I'll rethink my thoughts. But
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, of course you can say that it's because of Tom Brady,
Yeah.
but the stats don't lie. You could say Greg Popovich is the greatest coach in the NBA history because he had Tim Duncan. But the fact of the matter is that he has the statistics. He has won 6 Super Bowl titles. He's been to the AFC Championship game 14 times, 13 times.
Owned the AFC.
Huh?
Owned the AFC.
He
for
owned the
past
AFC for
10 years.
for so long. He almost had an undefeated season, and this all comes back. Yes, Brady won it with the Bucks, and yes, they had a decline in talent over the years that Brady left.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't take away from what Bill Belichick did accomplish as a head coach of the
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
Patriots.
like I said, I've been rooting for this team for 18, almost 19 years. I definitely think he's top 2 or 3, but I can't really say that he's the best coach of all time. All right, let's move on. We got Blast from the Past, and I'm gonna see if you guys can guess the top 10 passing touchdown leaders throughout the 2010s.
Okay.
okay.
And so you guys are gonna guess, and then if you guys get it right, I'll tell you
Okay.
what number he was.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Tom Brady is definitely in here.
Tom Brady's definitely in there. I think Drew Brees obviously
All right,
has to be
Aaron
in there.
Rodgers.
All right.
Yeah, wait, we'll slow
Yeah,
down.
Slow down. So do you guys want to okay, so Tom Brady's 2.
All right.
Breeze led.
Breeze is 1.
Yeah,
Yep.
Breeze is
Rodgers.
3.
Ross,
So you guys got 1, 2, and 3.
Roethlisberger. Yeah, he's definitely in there.
Yeah.
He had a 5,000 yard.
Eli Manning.
No,
Yeah.
Eli-
Peyton
is
Manning,
Eli-
if that wasn't said.
Eli might be.
Eli.
All right, let's slow it down. So we got you guys
Write
got
it down.
All right.
you guys said Drew Brees 1.
Breeze 1.
Yes.
Who do you guys say 2?
2.
2 is Brady.
2 is
Brady.
Brady.
Yeah.
3.
Your handwriting is awful.
It is.
Wow.
I got doctor's handwriting.
Mine's so bad too.
Holy smokes.
So 3 we got
I'm sorry for whoever has to read this over there. This is good. You're not going to be able to read it.
Hey, you can take it if you want.
No, I don't want to do it.
All right.
3 we got
Do you want to say Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers in there.
4,
Russell Wilson's in there.
Okay.
5.
I don't think Wilson's not going to be 5. Well, Phillip Rivers might be.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I would go with him.
Phillip Rivers. I'm trying to remember.
Phillip Rivers.
Andy Dalton's definitely in there. Andy Dalton was.
What about Matt
Great.
Ryan? Matt
Ryan's in there.
Okay.
And Roethlisberger, he said, was 8.
Yeah.
He already gave us a
Kinda
couple of
messed that up.
Yeah.
So now picking out where they went. Matt Ryan career is like 50,000.
All right, keep going. So how many do you have there?
49.
Well, I got 5 right now, but no, I don't have all.
All right, so we need to get to 10.
Breeze, Rodgers, Dalton, Roethlisberger. Payton retired in 2015, so I
Eli
don't
Manning.
think it's him. Eli very well could. Phillip Rivers very well could have.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers was a consistent 4,000
put
yard
down-
passer.
Did you put down Rivers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, no.
No.
You can probably
trying to think.
probably can see the answers.
I'm trying.
I
I'm
gotta
not
hide
looking.
this.
I'm not looking. I promise.
And I think the other quarterbacks, Tannehill definitely didn't get it. Jay Cutler
No.
definitely didn't get it.
Who else did we said? Do we say both Manning brothers?
No, Luck was hurt too much. Peyton retired in 2015. It can't be him.
Oh, fair enough. Who else would have been in there?
I'm trying to think of the other team.
You guys are doing a good job.
Russell Wilson
Very good
probably
job.
was in there. He got drafted in
Yeah.
I don't know.
2012.
Man,
I don't know.
I'm feeling silly
What,
right
Nick?
now.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot Stafford.
Yeah.
Stafford's probably like number 5 on that list, or like 4. I'm sorry, he played on the Lions the entire time. I can't remember that. Yeah.
All right, how many you guys at?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
One more. Oh,
8.
two
Let me
more.
see who you got. Breeze, Brady, Rogers, Wilson, Ryan, Dalton, Big Ben, Rivers, Stafford. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, I can't count.
Nine. So
I
we
thought
need
there was
one
9.
more.
One more.
And then,
Man.
yeah, I'll
Who
go
was-
Eli. I think Eli could very well be it.
You didn't
Yeah.
write down Eli?
Okay.
I didn't get
Eli.
there yet.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have a.
So
set
here we
word
go.
for
I'm
you.
going to give you guys the answers. So you guys got the first 3 right, which is pretty good.
Okay.
Hey.
Breeze, Brady, Rogers.
Okay.
Philip Rivers is 4.
Okay.
Ryan's 5th. Stafford 6th.
I think we got all of them,
7.
right?
Yeah, everyone we guessed was on.
Roethlisberger, Wilson. Yeah. And
There we
Dalton.
go.
So you guys
Okay,
did a
guys,
good
good
job.
job.
We
We
did
got
a
it.
good job.
No ball.
Impressive.
Good stuff.
All right. So now we're gonna switch. We're gonna go to switching leagues. So
No one's beating me.
so you guys are gonna go up to the board
Okay.
and tell us 3 NFL players that you want on your NBA 3v3 team.
All right.
Yeah, I wonder who's first.
Yeah,
Oh,
who was
Patrick, you're
first?
gonna go first.
I'm first.
All right.
All right.
What do we got?
I have the most dominant 3v3 NFL
Let's see what
team
we've
of all
got
time.
here.
It's pretty simple.
All right. Let the board speak.
So, I gotta get them up on the board.
Oh,
Patrick's
you're-
picks.
There we go.
All right, they're up there. I got Julius Peppers, who played basketball at UNC. He's 6'7", like 225. He's a huge man. He's going to play power forward for me in a
There we go.
3v3. I'm going big ball with my team. The second guy I have is Harold Carmichael. He was a 6'7" receiver from the Philadelphia Eagles. He's one of the all-time leading receivers in Philadelphia history. He's got hands. He can jump. He can probably dunk. He's going to play that center position real nice. And then I got Le'Veon Bell. I need a point who can see the floor. I need someone who's
Okay.
got patience that can space the ball out all across the floor to these big men. Give him the loop up high. I think Le'Veon Bell, with his patience, with his IQ, when it comes, like he had an IQ for football, he had the patience in the hole to see where he was going to go. And then I just think this is the most dominant NBA NFL team or 3v3 NFL team you could possibly make.
That's fair. As long as Le'Veon can stay on the floor, I think you got a good team.
Very injury prone. All right, next we got Jenna.
All
See what
right.
she's
Okay,
got.
let's get it. First up, we have Antonio Gates.
Oh,
Now, this guy's
man.
probably going to be a Hall of Famer this year. He's been to like 8 Pro Bowls. He's insane. I think he would be my scorer. I think he's the person I can rely on. I love it. I love it.
Julius
Moving
Peppers got
on.
him locked up.
I love that one.
Harold Carmichael. I agree with you on this one. This guy, he's
guys
got
did
the
your
height.
research.
He's 6'8". I think he would be a
6'8".
great rebounder. I think he'd be a great jumper. Overall, he's going to be doing good for me on the court. AJ Brown, very versatile player. I know you guys might be thinking basic, but I'm going for a tall team here. And I think he's fast. He's got the strength. And I think since he's such a baller on the field, he'll be a baller on the court.
Is he going to run the point, though?
What?
Is he going to run the point?
That's to be
Those are some
determined.
good picks. I like Antonio
I like
Gates.
Thank
to
you.
say,
Thank
Antonio
you,
Gates is
guys.
great.
I know. I'm
Antonio
pretty
Gates and
proud of
Julius Peppers,
this.
That'd be one heck of a matchup.
Yeah, that would be a good matchup. That would be a good
Absolutely.
All right, now let's see what you got.
All right.
matchup. Steven.
All right. Let's see here. So we got first up, we got Tyreek Hill, who I think, in my opinion, will be a Isaiah Thomas type of player. I mean, freaky fast, can run up and down
Yeah.
the floor. I think he just gets the ball and he just goes for layups every time, just beats everyone out of the gates. Speaking of Gates, second player, we have Antonio Gates, who, I'll add on to what you said, he actually led Kent State to the 2002 Elite Eight.
Yes, he did.
And he averaged 20 points a game. That kind of goes without saying in this one. So Antonio Gates is my guy right there. So third, we got Gronk. Now, well, I just think he'll be another Zion Williamson type of player. I think he'll be a guy who can just launch it length of the court, Tyreek, just on the post, give it to a layup. And I think you guys got a Hall of Fame team right here in USA 3v3s.
What is your team going to go do against a guy that's 6'8"?
Get 6'8", give it to Tyreek.
Gronk's 6'5". Antonio Gates is 6'4".
Tyreek Hill is just going to run right past him or run through his legs. Just go
Okay.
for the layup
All
every
right.
I,
time.
like this team.
Yeah.
I like
this team a
Tyreek.
lot.
Yeah,
I did
appreciate
think
that.
about him.
I'm a
I
little
did
think
biased
about
because I
this.
love Gronk, but
Yeah. That's my team.
I also thought about Austin Eckler.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
all right, next.
Yeah, who had the best team?
I think Steven definitely had the
come
best
on.
team.
Oh.
Thank you.
Steven definitely had the best team. I mean, I love
I'll take
Gronk.
it because one of my players was on your team, so I'll give it to you.
Yeah,
I
and
appreciate
Antonio
that.
Gates. I used to like draft Antonio Gates all the time in fantasy when I was
Yeah.
little.
And
He's
he was a
great.
legitimately good
He was a
basketball
baller.
player.
He was.
Philip Rivers, Antonio Gates. That was
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julius Peppers played at UNC, though. He only scored 5 points, but he played
I
at
was gonna
UNC.
say,
That is
did he
true.
play bench or
Exactly.
like
Yeah, he played bench.
Antonio
Yeah, but
Gates?
Antonio Gates
Yeah.
played at Kent State. There's a difference.
Yeah, but
He led
Elite
the
Eight.
Elite Eight in
That's some
2002,
talent. That's some good
averaging
teams going to
20
Elite
points
Eight.
a game.
I bet
I
UNC
mean,
probably went pretty far when Julius Peppers was there in 1999.
All right, let's move on to That's Clipped. First up, we got Arnold Schwarzenegger. He
Oh,
joined the
yeah.
Manning cast with a donkey and fed it on air.
I want to know how he got that in the
Dude, is that in
house.
his living room?
Yeah.
It looks fake.
How did he do that?
He just loaded in with a crane, just right through the sunroof.
It does look fake, but then like
I also want to know
it's
what,
definitely real.
knowing Arnold, I want to know what he named his donkey.
At this point in Arnold
Facts.
Schwarzenegger's life, I think he's just doing side quests.
Yeah.
Like he just does weird stuff. He did another Terminator movie, which was terrible. Now he's got a donkey in his living room and he's
I
feeding
feel
him
like
granola.
I feel like this isn't out of the ordinary for him.
And
so.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has no business being on the Manning cast. I don't think he knows a lick
Yeah,
about
that's what I was
football.
gonna say. What is
Like, he
he
was
doing on the Manning
governor of
cast?
California
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
The guy's
Kinda
just
random.
bored and loaded, so he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah. I mean,
I wonder how they choose who's going to be on the Manning cast.
did you see the ESPN commercial? They had auditions for the Manning cast.
That was for like
I
a
didn't.
third host, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like this
But
is
no.
such a random pick.
Yeah.
I don't know why he was on, but
Yeah.
I like
definitely
Bill,
entertaining.
I
didn't
like
even
Bill
see
Burr a
this.
lot. Bill Burr was great on the Manning cast.
Good way
Oh,
to get
man, I
views.
love Bill
Yeah,
Burr.
definitely a good way to get.
Good way to
views.
get
Although
yeah.
Look,
outside
he's
of
like grabbing his like neck too. Like
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah. He wants to be left alone for
I
sure.
wonder what he did with the donkey afterwards.
I've seen an interview
Whoa.
with Arnold. But does
All
anyone
right.
here have a good Arnie impression?
Let's move on. We got
Can you-
that's,
I
got a decent
that's
one.
clipped.
Can you do it?
There's a little awareness from Zach Wilson, and it turned into a Chargers touchdown. I did not see this play.
Well,
so
it's
I'm gonna
Zach
watch.
Wilson, so
Ben
Mm.
says
that how
he's
they
down
ruled
at the two.
Did they rule it like that, Ben?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's also a flag
I mean, yeah.
immediately after he got the ball.
The Jets offense is just doing Jets offense things.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't play
You
heads
got
up
the butt
football.
fumble.
Yeah.
They're just silly.
That
Yeah.
was 10 years ago.
Jets
It
doing
doesn't
Jets
matter.
things.
It'll never die, ever.
That would never
Yeah,
die.
it'll never die.
If there's one thing in the NFL that won't die, it's that.
I mean, the Jets offense is just bad this
I
year.
mean, if Alan Lazard decided to run, maybe the
Yeah.
Jets could be able to do something.
Uh,
Throwing motion.
I-
Sounds like a them problem.
Oh, yeah, call the tuck rule.
Look at Alan Lazard. He's a yard away for 10 yards.
No?
Yeah, I think Lazard just kind of gave up after Rodgers got
I was going
hurt.
to say, Lazard just missed Rodgers.
Yeah,
That's
he
all this
misses
is.
Rodgers so much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When is Rodgers going to come? I heard in like,
Did you guys
There's
see he was on
possibility
he
by,
was
like,
on the
week
field
13.
doing whatever?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
throwing.
I
Yeah.
saw there's a possibility by week 13 he comes back.
That's crazy.
That's just a rumor.
Just
I,
in
He's doing
I have
some
no
weird
way.
like
now.
majestic stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers has been doing majestic stuff. He does like
No, I know.
ayahuasca retreats.
I know that's why it's typical.
Did you hear they locked himself in like complete darkness? for
Yes,
48
I did
hours?
see that.
Yeah, his
I saw
retreat.
I would do that.
Dude, they've
I'd
been
go
doing-
insane.
No,
Players
I'd be
do like
okay.
crazy stuff now to get themselves healthy.
I know.
It's like
But whatever
ridiculous.
Aaron Rodgers is doing, it's working. So
Yeah, good for him. Good
Yeah,
for him.
we'll see. We'll see.
It didn't
All
work for
right,
his ACL.
last but not least, we got W moment of the day. This is pretty awesome. Keenan Allen got his 10,000 career receiving yards last night.
Good for him.
In
That was a great
most
catch.
amazing catch.
Yeah,
Very happy for him.
that's awesome.
I thought did Keenan Allen. I thought he got hurt.
He was
Well,
hurt
he's
earlier.
always
He was
hurt,
a
for
little
being
hurt
honest.
earlier this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's been in the league for what is it, 7 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's been there for a
7-8
minute
years.
now.
He was. I also
Yeah.
drafted him a lot for my fantasy team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for
Great
him.
player.
Puts him right
Yeah.
outside the top 50 all-time reception or
Maybe I need
receiving
to
yards
take notes
leaders.
about fantasy because I'm like
Just
1 in 7.
Yeah. But
He's one of
definitely
the
a good
more-
moment.
Yeah, he's one of
Sliding
the
the
most
ball. I
under.
wonder who he- Oh, that's pretty cool.
10,000 receiving yards is a big achievement for a
Yeah, it's
receiver. to
awesome.
get,
He's
you
one
know?
of the
Congrats.
most underrated receivers. in
Good
the
for
league.
him.
I would
He
say
has
that.
been for a while. I feel like too.
Yeah, he's not super flashy.
No,
That's the one thing about Keenan Allen. And he plays for the Chargers, and the Chargers don't get any press. Yeah, Justin Herbert is great and
That's
all.
true, they don't.
Not this season all that much, but
Yeah.
no one really, they don't have a lot of fans. No one really
Mhm.
cares about the Chargers.
Yeah.
That's why we don't hear about that entire team.
Yeah,
all
even
that
Austin
Yeah.
Eckler, like
Yeah.
Well, Austin
He also
Eckler
came out
is a
of
good
nowhere.
fantasy running back.
Yeah,
he is
no,
not
he's
that
insane.
good of
I
an
had him
actual
last
running
year.
back.
Yeah. I mean, talking about the Chargers, like I feel like they should be better than
They-
they are, right?
They should.
Like,
They should have been there for the
Keenan
last
Allen, they
3
got
years.
Eckler.
They should.
He's
They,
pretty good. They got Herbert, but it just seems that
and I like Herbert.
can't,
They
like,
just
put it
can't
all
put it on.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think it's their coaching for the
yeah, it's
most
Brandon
part.
Staley.
Yeah, yeah. They gotta get a new coach. Once they do that, shore up the defense, they'll be all right.
Yeah, I think I
The
was
defense
watching
is not
some-
really the problem for them. I mean, it's bad now, but it's coaching wise. Like their defensive schemes aren't great. Now they're offensive, and they have a Justin Herbert who probably has the second best arm in the National Football League.
Yeah.
And they have receivers that can go up and catch the ball. They haven't done anything with Quentin Johnston yet.
That's true.
Wait, what are we saying? What was that again?
Huh?
What about Justin Herbert?
He probably has the second best arm in the National Football League.
Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen has the best arm. Justin Herbert, in like terms of how far he can throw the ball, it's Justin Herbert.
Whoa.
He threw the ball better than Josh Allen.
Right now, yeah.
Josh Allen can throw the ball like 160 yards.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy.
It's not crazy to say that, right?
Mahomes.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes,
Hopefully,
thank
we get
you.
to see you next time.
Absolutely.
Have a great day, everyone.
Peace.